Hi guys, thank you for tuning in to The Tris Effect. I have my one and only, okay, not my one and only, but one of my faves over here. She's going to be our co-host today. Did you want to go ahead and tune yourself in?
Hi everyone, I'm Danae.
She's Danae. She is freaking awesome. And we're going to get into quite a few different stories. I don't know what I'm going to name this episode yet. Mm-hmm. So I will try to point out things that might kind of be all the things that might be in common.
Yeah.
But we'll see, from one episode to the next, what may be similar, what may not be. So yeah, let's jump in. So this first story is going to be from 9 days ago. And the caption is, "Guy best friend of 6 years revealed he would hook up with me if he had the chance."
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let me zoom in here. Advice needed. "Hey guys, I need advice. Me and a friend, both 20 female, and our guy friend, 21 male, recently had a sleepover where we all got drunk and listened to a, what is that? Jubilee?
I've never
Have you heard of that?
No.
I think it's Jubilee Truth or Drink episode to start a juicy combo. A question came up saying, if we were single, would we hook up? Bro immediately said yes." Okay. Meanwhile, my friend who is taken and I, single, both paused and answered no. We just continued our night, but both mentally noted this. When we woke up the next morning and he asked nervously if we had remembered the night before, bro, yes, we remember, and we weren't that drunk. My friend and I had a serious conversation about this the next day, about how off-put we felt about this, because we both had the assumption that we were all like siblings or at least very good friends. Now we feel like we can't overlook this relation. Is he just playing the long game? Does he / has he ever really reviewed us as friends or just a potential relationship? Some context. He has admitted to liking us before at different times. So basically, we want advice on how to proceed with this friendship. Should we distance ourselves or confront him about how his answer made us feel? Any advice is appreciated and welcomed."
See, me personally, I feel like I would start distancing myself, especially the girl that's in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the one that's not, since they've said it for so long, since they've been friends for so long, it would just make me feel like, okay, yeah, are you just my friend because you're trying to get at me?
Mm-hmm.
Are your intentions genuine?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would make me feel uncomfortable if I knew they, okay, at one point you would want to get with me.
Yeah, I feel like, especially for the girl in a relationship, once you find out that he has, it's also kind of hard when you put a guy in a friend zone to begin with, when you know that he used to have feelings for you, and then you just, those feelings just aren't going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they could.
Especially with y'all hanging out all the time if y'all are such good friends.
Mm-hmm. And then to the point where, y'all are going to have a sleepover.
Yeah.
It's come on.
Yeah, y'all are just risking it at this point.
And what's really strange to me is with the relationship that I've been in, I have not even had sleepovers with my girlfriends, just because I'm so used to sleeping at home.
Mm-hmm.
And not to say you can't have sleepovers with your girlfriend, absolutely you can, but the older you get, kind of life is lifing.
Yeah, you just want to go home.
Yeah, you kind of just want to go home, lay in your bed, be comfortable. But I can't imagine having a sleepover with a male friend.
Yeah.
Especially if you weren't I could get it if maybe you were on a vacation with a bunch of friends or something.
Yeah, and you did a big Airbnb or something.
But casually just staying the night.
Yeah, I would never do that.
No, I would not do that. Additional notes were, "Hey guys, appreciate all the advice and comments so far. As stated in the post, We are indeed friends. We do not plan on cutting him off just because he was honest. To reword my initial question, we simply asked how to proceed with processing our emotions and feelings about his answer. As for the post mentioning looks, grow up. We aren't disgusted by him, as some of the posts are implying. Additionally, he has stated he has gotten over these feelings to my friend. And yes, we did encourage him to get on dating apps and putting himself out there. More notes. Me and my friend are both bi. I understand that feelings can develop between close friends as you form close bonds. This is way back years ago, but even me and my friend have admitted to liking each other in the past at different points in time. My hang up on this, me personally, is that I have processed those emotions and am over her, and I would not hook up with her now given the chance because we are friends and there are no underlying feelings there. And to add to the attraction part, I see my friend as an attractive individual, but just because she is doesn't mean I want to hook up with her, because once again, I see her as a friend completely and wouldn't cross those boundaries. But I understand that not everyone has the same morals/values as I do. What's your take on that?
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess it just depends on the person, because after somebody told me that, I don't know, I feel like I wouldn't be able to get past it. Like, well, I don't know, I feel like I'm not respecting my relationship if I'm hanging out with you. But, I mean, if they talked about it and they all liked each other amongst the group, or like it's been, I feel like then it just depends.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, I think it breaks down to the conversation that you have with your partner and what they're comfortable with and what they're not. Because if you're comfortable, that's all great and dandy. But if you have this conversation with your significant other and you let them know, like, hey, in the past I had these feelings, that's been sorted out on my end and their end, we're good, it's not like that. I just wanted to let you know. And they counter respond with, ooh, like, that kind of makes me uncomfy if y'all are drinking and staying the night together or whatever, like, y'all can be friends, but don't do that. Like, or, whatever, however they feel, that's something that you should, one, let them know, and two, respect their boundaries.
Yeah.
So I know she's not really asking for, like, advice on that standpoint, but she's asking, I guess, how to, what did she say? We simply asked how to proceed with processing our emotions and feeling about his answers. Well, I can't really give her advice on how to process your emotions, because it's kind of like, I mean, how do you feel about it?
Yeah,
Like,
because
how does that
everybody's
make you
going to
feel?
process it differently. So,
Yeah. Me personally, I feel like, kind of like you said, it would make me feel like knowing that information, you can't unknow it, right? And so moving forward, it kind of makes hanging out awkward.
yeah.
As much as you don't want it to be, it kind of is. And so it's just like, yeah, I think I would kind of draw myself back a bit. The top comment was, don't drink and ask questions you don't want drunk answers to, especially if you already knew before drinking. Why even post this? None of this is new information to you. Which...
That is true.
That is true. And though they, like, and that's another thing that kind of, like, I wanted to point out is the guy says that he liked them before and then he later got over it, but he didn't, though.
Yeah.
And he admitted that while he was drunk. He didn't, though. Because, I mean, if you already saw somebody in the light where you would potentially want a relationship and you sexually think they're attractive, too, on top of that, it's like, you never lost that friendship aspect. And they never lost their looks.
Yeah.
I don't think anything ever, like, really changed, so.
And then I feel like it's harder for him to try to get over her while they're always together. Yeah.
Always hanging out. Yeah. The next top comment was... This is why men repeatedly try to tell women that the overwhelming majority of just friends, guys, who spend time with you want to have sex with you. I understand it is not literally 100%, but women seem to exceptionally underestimate this. And this is why I wanted to have this conversation with you, because I don't think that, I know you are such a pure person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you are able to grasp that concept, or I mean, maybe you do now.
Yeah.
But when I did have a conversation with you about this in the past, I just feel, I completely agree with this statement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a life lesson that I learned like a few years back, and I don't know. I completely agree. I think you're beautiful. I would like to think I'm beautiful. I don't know. But, you know, like, it's hard because inside and out, like, you're a catch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to grasp that concept because I feel like I can have friends that I can even acknowledge when a man could be attractive, right? But they're not attractive to me in a sexual manner,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like, I can tell when someone is handsome.
Mm-hmm.
They have handsome features, but I don't look at them and be like, ooh,
I want to jump your bones. Yeah.
you know. But for men, I feel like oftentimes it's a little different. Like, their brain kind of can't like grasp the difference in the two.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're kind of just like, I don't know, they think with the wrong head. So
Yeah, while you were reading that comment, I was like, oh, like,
I
starting
know
to
where
see
this
it.
is coming from. Yeah. So I completely, that, like I said, that was the top comment. That one had 1,000 upvotes. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that was just kind of like a short and sweet story. Yeah. Moving on to the next one. Let's see. This is coming from r/am I overreacting? And it is, am I overreacting for not taking down my Instagram story after my boyfriend asked? And there's even photos of their conversation as well as the photo that she posted.
I think that one.
That one, I like that one too. So this one says, before anyone decides to come at me for making a new account to post this on, my other account has my Instagram as its user, so leave me be. I'm not really sure else to add to this for context, but my boyfriend hasn't spoken to me since, and it's been nearly a day. So I want to know from different perspectives on whether or not if I'm overreacting. Okay, so I'm not going to show you I'll go ahead and show you what the photo looks like. And I'll also like put that photo up for everybody else to see. But this is the photo that she posted on her story. And he slides up on it and says, "Take that shit off your story." And she said, "What's the matter?" And he said, Dunno who you trying to show off to. Couldn't pick a different photo? No. And then she goes, "Oh, get a grip. I'm posting blank for her birthday." So this is what confuses me, is he tells her to take that shit off her story. And then she says, "Oh, get a grip. I'm posting blank for her birthday." Mm-hmm. But I'm confused because in the photo, if you see, there's two people in this photo.
Yeah.
But the other person's face is scratched out.
Unless she just scratched it out because they were...
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're totally right. But even then, it's kind of an interesting photo to choose for her birthday because
it's mainly her, yeah.
And her friends like just in the background kind of thing. So I don't know, but let's keep going. So he says, "It's a slutty outfit. I don't want you showing yourself off like that." She said, "Can we not bicker about this? I'm not taking it down." He says, "Just take it down." She says, "No." He says, "You're supposed to be my girlfriend. I don't want anyone seeing you in outfits like that. Only myself. Is that a big thing to ask for?" She says, "No, but it's not like I've just gone and posted a video of me and her skinny dipping. So stop stressing about it." He said, "I already am." She says, "Well, jog it off." So I guess looking at the photo and then looking at his comments, what is your first take?
Well, I mean, the photo, in my opinion, is not that bad. And I feel like he could have addressed it other than saying, take that shit down. He could have said it like, I don't like that you posted this. Can you remove it or something like that? He could have came about it nicer. I don't know. Like, if she was posting before they got together like this, then I feel like he shouldn't have a problem with it because that's who you're attracted to. That's who she is. But at the same
Valid.
time, I feel like you should also respect your relationship. And if he's uncomfortable with it, then I feel like you should, like, accommodate that. Like, okay, he doesn't like when I post stuff like this. Let me try to find a different photo to post for her birthday. Or let me not post, like, with my shirt off or something like that. So I feel like both of them just need to, like, work on their communication.
Yeah. So my initial reaction is one, okay. The only thing that I don't like about the photo, again, is that it mainly shows off her, not her friend. So, like, don't try to play it off as if, like, oh, it's just for my friend's birthday. No. I mean, that photo kind of is giving, like, you're kind of not, I don't want to say she's trying to get somebody's attention, but, like, you also know you look good, which is fine. You can totally do that. You know, there's nothing wrong with what she's wearing. But I hate that he, one, says, calls her outfit slutty. Like, if she can, like, what? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, if, like, her, I'm sure it's not like she just totally went out and got a whole new wardrobe. No, like you said, she was probably already wearing stuff prior. She's wearing it now. You can't, you know, like, just automatically, like, cuff her and then be like, well, yeah, well, you can't wear that anymore. You can't do this. You can't do that. No, she actually can. If you want to say, hey, you wearing that kind of makes me feel uncomfy or whatever. And on a serious note, like, hanging out, like, okay, I wonder where she wore. I guess it doesn't matter. Her posting that, it's kind of like when me and Nick first got together, I had put something on. I don't know what. And he had said something about, like, my boobs kind of being out there. And I don't know. He said something about whether or not I could wear something. And I said, first of all, I can wear whatever the fuck I want to wear. You can't tell me what I'm going to wear and what I'm not going to wear. I said, you can let me know if something makes you feel uncomfortable, and I can make that wise decision on if I feel like you might be right. This might be a little out there. And I can, in my decision making, if I want to wear it or not, I can also include your feelings in that decision and think about it. But what I'm not going to do is you're not going to tell me, no, I can't. And then me just not wear it because you said I can't.
Exactly.
No, you can tell me how it makes you feel, and I will add that to my decision. But I'm not going to do it just because you said no. Now, like I said, when you respect your partner or whatever, and, you know, they say it might make you feel weird, if you feel like it's something that's not inappropriate, y'all can have that sit down and have that conversation. And y'all can figure out where y'all's boundaries are. But there's no way in hell I'm about to listen to a man tell me what I can and can't wear.
Yeah, him saying, like, you can't wear that is, like, crazy, or you can't post that.
Yeah.
Like, at the end,
take that shit down.
Yeah.
What?
Like, at the end of the day, you can only ask somebody to do something. You can't control what they do or how they're gonna do it. So
no, that shit blew me. So the first comment is, funny how people on these comments reek of. This is like the fifth word today that I did not know what the fuck it was. Incel? Incel? INCEL?
And
I'm about to look that shit up because a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile towards women and men who are sexually active. How do you pronounce it? Let's see.
Incel.
Incel.
So you were right.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Funny how many people on these comments reek of incel. You aren't overreacting at all. You aren't breaking any decency laws, so no one gets to tell you what to wear. If he thinks he can, it's a tell. How much further is he going to control you if you let this slide? Which is true, because I've been in a relationship prior of somebody trying, like, literally telling me what to wear, what I couldn't wear, and it's just like literally once you like just do it, like just you're like fuck it, like I don't want to argue, just change. Like that sets a foot in your relationship that you don't even realize is there until it continues to happen.
Yeah, they're just gonna see how far they could take it.
Yeah, and so that's one main reason. Like I knew everything from my past relationship. I learned everything I didn't want in my relationship. Like it made me realize all the things that I was not going to allow to happen. And when I got with Nick and he had me, and it wasn't even like he was not being necessarily toxic. He just didn't deliver what he was trying to get to me well. And so I put my foot down on that, and I overreacted in a sense because like he didn't like I said, he didn't say anything like super crazy. It wasn't like, no, you can't wear that or whatever. But I guess I felt like I had to make my point and make sure he wasn't that type of person, because that's kind of like it's so gross. Like, do not tell me what to do.
That's the thing though. I feel like, okay, all these people, they're going to be posting and doing, obviously that's how they caught your eye or whatever. So how are you going to get with somebody and then try to change everything about them when that's how you met them? So don't go saying, oh, I know I liked you like this, but don't go posting this now.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It's so annoying. So yeah, that had 14K upvotes. The comment underneath that was, I wasn't expecting those type of comments, to be honest. Maybe a little, but not as many as I'm getting. I knew there was going to be two opinions, but some of the comments are just yucky. And I'm assuming, because I haven't read like really any of them, but I'm assuming there was people out there that were like, what you posted is fucking insane. You shouldn't have done that. Let's see. Another comment is, you're underreacting. If a man tried to control what you wear, they'll try to control who you hang out with. That's literally true. If they try to control who you hang out with, they'll try to control when you leave the house. If they try to control when you leave the house, they'll try to control where you go. If they try to control where you go, they'll try to control where you work. If they try to control where you work, they'll try to control your finances. If they try to control your finances, they'll try to control everything you do. And then the physical abuse starts, and by then you're too isolated to do anything or feel like you can escape. Take the red flag and run.
No, literally. Okay, but when you're reading that, all I could think about is when you give a mouse a cookie, and then the so on and so on.
When you give a mouse a cookie. That's so funny, because I was totally reading it in like that. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, that's really all I have to say about it.
I just feel like they need communication better. Sit down, talk about what you like, don't like.
Yeah. Literally, I think they both kind of talk to each other kind of crazy, like her telling him to get a grip. I mean, he's trying to get his emotions across. She's just not, like, he's not delivering it well, and she's not hearing it well. But how can you hear it well when it's not getting delivered well? Like you said, it's not good communication. All right. Let's stay on topic. Right now we are discussing kind of like boyfriends and I guess what boundaries in a relationship, I feel, right?
Yeah.
So we already discussed how we feel about like male friends, stuff like that, different circumstances. We also discussed how we feel about a man telling you what you can and can't wear. Now this one is a different boundary that a lot of women struggle with, and I don't know if you ever have in the past. I don't quite remember if I've ever struggled with this in the past. I don't now. definitely, because Nick doesn't really like use social media. But it's, am I the asshole for freaking out over my boyfriend's obsession with Instagram girls? So, okay. I, 23 female, have been with my boyfriend, 25 male, for a year and a half. He's awesome, funny, caring, but lately I've kind of been questioning things and I don't know if I'm the one in the wrong. My boyfriend is addicted to Instagram, and not just Instagram as a whole, those super filtered bikini pic, DM me for collabs girls. I noticed it a few months ago when he'd scroll in bed, liking posts constantly and also commenting on good amounts of posts, as well with heart emojis and heart eye emojis. At first, I brushed it off because I know that guys look whatever, but it's gotten worse. First of all, bitch, I would not be brushing that off. What do you mean commenting heart eye emojis?
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm too jealous for that.
I'm no, sweetie pie. Why are you letting that fly? Okay. My main problem is that he follows hundreds of these accounts. I snooped his phone once. I know it's not the best thing to do, but I was feeling super insecure. Me. Not actually, but felt. And his explore page is just cleavage and thirst traps. He doesn't DM them, but he's liking pics constantly, even ones posted while we're together. Last night, we were cuddling on the couch, and I saw him double tap some chick's beach selfie with me right there next to him, and I lost it. I asked why he's so obsessed. He got defensive, saying it's just Instagram. He's not cheating, and I'm overreacting. I told him it makes me feel like crap. Like I'm not enough. I'm not a model. I've got stretch marks and a normal job, and he's drooling over these perfect girls 24/7. He rolled his eyes and said, "You're being insecure. It's not real life." We argued for an hour. I said if he loved me, he'd tone it down. Unfollow some, at least. He refused, claiming it's his phone, his freedom, and I'm controlling. I cried. He slept on the couch, and now we're barely talking. I get that social media is everywhere, but this feels disrespectful. Like he's window shopping hotter girls while I'm sitting here. Am I the asshole for making a big deal out of this? Should I get over it or is he crossing a line? I'm so insecure now and I hate it. Help.
I definitely don't think she's the asshole in this situation.
Absolutely not. She's
No.
not the asshole.
It makes me feel bad for her because, like, I know that feeling when you're like, oh, like, I feel like I'm not enough or I'm not what you want, clearly, because you're looking at all these other girls. You clearly have a type. I don't know. The thing is, hundreds is crazy.
Hundreds is crazy. And what, like, honestly, this is the sad part. Is she is such a, like, I hate to say it, but like a quote unquote chill girlfriend in the sense of like, these things kind of didn't bother her at first. Like, she used to not be insecure. She wasn't insecure because it didn't bother her at first. But now that you're fucking like over abusing your power and like her chillness, you're breaking her down. You're making her into this woman that she clearly like does not recognize. She hates it. She does not want to be insecure. No one does. And he like is gaslighting her and manipulating her and making her feel like she's overreacting and she's this, she's that. Well,
you're doing that to her.
you're doing that to her.
Yeah.
You are the reason. Like, she wasn't insecure and all annoying and bitching and moaning about this before.
And the thing is, she didn't even say she has to unfollow all of them, has to stop liking all these pictures. She just said at least if he can unfollow some and tone it down a little bit. So she's still like being very generous.
Yeah, like she's like, I just feel like you're obsessed. Like, if you could just do it less, like, that's cool. Like, it's not like, you know, it's not that deep. But when you're doing it like this, like, it's a little like, ugh,
It's
a
too
slap
much.
in the face. And he clearly has gotten comfortable with it because he's doing it right in front of her face. And the reason why I said I hate to say that she's like a chill girlfriend is because honestly, chill girlfriends don't really, they get taken advantage of. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you don't set that boundary, set that line, then they'll kind of just like see how high that bar or how low that bar will go. You know, like, I don't know. I just feel like at a certain point when you say from the jump, before anything happens, this is my boundary. Boom. You know, they're either going to respect it or they're not. And if you do it at such an early stage, then it's good, because then it's like, it's easier to cut them off if they cross that boundary early, versus if you don't set that boundary early and then it happens later on, then you're like, fuck, like, okay, I mean, they didn't know that I didn't like this, but now that they know, it's almost like they've been doing it, so it's harder for them to not do it now, and whatever. And not that that's an excuse, but like, that's the excuse that people will give themselves.
Plus, it's because, like, okay, well, you've let me do it for so long, and now you're saying it bothers you, but, like, you're the one changing on me because I've been doing it. I mean, I still don't think it's okay, but, I mean, she definitely should have said something sooner.
Yeah, and so the top comment is, and this one's not very popular, so it only has 69 upvotes, but that's the most. And it says, "Not at all. That's so abnormal. I've dated plenty of different kinds of men in my life, and none of them have had this problem. It's not even normal for single men to be obsessed with weird Insta models, much less one in a long-term committed relationship. The fact that he doesn't even have the grace to not do it right in front of you, please, I beg you to have the self-respect to leave this guy and find someone normal." So I do think it's a big thing. Like, I think a lot of men do this, actually, maybe not to this extent, but I do think a lot of men have a problem with liking other women's thirst traps, per se. I've seen it a lot. I've seen debates about it on TikTok on whether or not that's okay or not. And I hate when, like, the men get together and they love to be like, oh, like he said, like, oh, it's just Instagram, or it's not real, or this or that,
or they're, like, popular, everybody likes it, or something like that. I've heard a lot of that. Or they're famous, or this and that.
Yeah, they're famous, or whatever. And at the end of the day, none of that matters. But the only thing that matters is what your partner is communicating to you, what they feel is a boundary and what is not. Like, for instance, me personally, let's say Nick did have this problem, or was on social media often like that, and he was liking what's that one chick, what's that blonde chick that kind of has the horse mouth and she recently just did a movie that was popular.
Anyone But You?
What's her name? She also, I think, was she
Sydney,
in Euphoria? Sydney, Sweeney or whatever.
Yeah.
So Nick likes her, right? And let's say he was liking her like thirst traps on Instagram. That wouldn't bother me, because it just wouldn't bother me. But would that maybe bother a different girl? Yeah. And so it's like, if that different girl says, like, hey, that bothers me, respect your partner.
Yeah, like, if
that bothers them.
They're
like,
telling you they feel uncomfortable, they don't feel like they're enough for you.
And is it that hard? Is it that big of an ask to just simply not double tap your screen?
Like, you could still look at it, but you have to go like,
do you have to
comment.
go like it? Me personally, though, that's not my boundary, right? But I would have the boundary of, like, women that you know in person are posting thirst traps. Like, the girls you know from high school are posting thirst traps, and you're gonna go out of your way to like it. No, you can like I don't know, a picture of them and their friends freaking at a little kid's birthday party, sure. But you're just gonna like a single photo, a selfie that she took to look cute, and you're gonna like it? Hell no. Don't like that. Why?
That would definitely bother me too.
You're like, liking it is a way of saying, this, I like this photo, I saw this photo, and I want you to know you saw this photo.
Like, I want you to know you look good, basically.
Yes. Let's see. The comment below was, most men have like hobbies and interest, interact with people. Is this the only thing he can think about is tits? Someone says, not the asshole. Maybe it's time for you to get a new hobby. Follow a bunch of super hot 12-pack app guys with 12-inch schlongs on your phone and make involuntary noises when you see a new post. Surely men on them are hotter than your thirst trap boyfriend. See how he feels about that. If he complains, you can just roll your eyes and said, "You're being insecure. It's not real life." Honestly, though, you should dump him. He sounds like one of those Delulu 3 out of 10s out of 10 out of 10s who are way out of his league unless he has a 12-inch thick wallet to be the equalizer. Filthy rich. You can do better. You know this. Yeah. For real. You're going to be acting like that, baby. You're going to need to pack it in the wallet. Oh, God.
No, that comment's funny, though, for her to reverse it and do it on him. But I feel like
at that point,
y'all are like,
just, you're
y'all are done. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of like the whole, like, one person cheats and then it's like when people get the thought process of cheating back, no, just leave at that point. Like,
y'all are basically done. Y'all are being toxic. There's no coming back.
There's no coming back from that.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm saying there's no coming back from cheating. Some people do and whatever.
But, like, if you want to just match them, then there's no hope for y'all.
Yeah, if you're just trying to go back and forth, play a game of tag, like what is this? All right, so that is the end of that one. So now I think we've got an episode on our hands. We've got like a little bit of everything. So let me try to find another maybe like problematic topic that we could give our takes on. So this one is coming from r/what do I do? And it is called No Contact for Over a Year After He Stole My Cat. Let's see. It says, I broke up with my ex when I found out he was cheating on me for months with multiple girls that he had found on Tinder / at the gym. I have been in a strictly no contact situation with him for almost a year. The breakup, as you can imagine, was super ugly. Things were broken. A lot of yelling was done. But before leaving, I tried to take my cat, Purrito. Purrito. It's like Dorito, but purr. Away, which I had gotten before the relationship. But he didn't allow me and said that it's his cat. I couldn't do squat because, 1, he's 6'6" and a personal trainer, and 2, I'm 5'2". We have friends in common, and I asked them to help, but they aren't able to do anything at all after trying to get my cat back for months and failing. I decided to never contact him again or reply to his messages, but now he sent me this message. What am I supposed to do? Talk to him and break the promise to myself, or contact him and try to get my cat back, even though most likely I'll fail? Here's the screenshots of their conversation. It says, this is what he texted her. Hi, can we talk? I just wanted to apologize to you. You were the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm an idiot for ruining everything. The past few months have been really tough on me, and I've been trying to move on, but it feels like no matter what I do, I keep thinking of you. I miss your smell, your cooking, and even the makeup brushes that you'd leave around the house. Now, I realize how stupid it was to argue over those things. Looking back, it just seems so pointless. I miss just having you around, whether we were doing something exciting or just chilling at home. And I really miss those random little texts you'd send just to make me smile. They always made my day. Do you think we could ever see each other again? Even Purrito misses you, and you're welcome to come back to see her whenever you'd like.
That's crazy to throw that in there.
That's crazy to throw that in there. Like, what? You mean I'm welcome to come back and see my own cat, you motherfucking bitch?
No. Honestly, was that the end of the story?
Yeah.
No, honestly, I don't know. I think I wouldn't even text him back because at the end of the day, you tried so hard to get that cat back. I feel like he's just trying to contact you, just like trying to wiggle his way back into your life.
He's using the cat as fucking like, as a safety net, or like
to stay in her life.
Yeah, like, like I don't even know. Like, come on, really?
No, yeah, because even if she answers him, I don't see him giving the cat back.
And it's super toxic of him to like, literally, like exactly what he did is like mind blowing. Like, you literally kept probably one of her most prized possessions, her cat, and then you throw in the cat.
I'm like, oh, by the way, your cat misses you.
Yeah, like what?
No.
The top comment was, ask to meet up, go to his house, tell him you want to smash, but he needs to shower first, then reclaim Purrito. Yeah. Someone under that said, I read on here where a woman seduced a guy so she could steal back another woman's cat. The woman only knew each other from a Facebook group. I'd so do this for another woman. Yeah, imagine, like...
I feel like that's a good idea. Not her trying to do it, but have somebody else
do it.
Yeah.
Steal his cat. Oh my God. I can't imagine, like, having someone come over to my house and stealing my cat. Oh, man, that's crazy.
And the fact that he's the reason the relationship ended. So, like, okay, she wants her cat back. Let her have her stuff. But, I mean...
Yeah, it's the biggest form of, like, toxicity.
Yeah.
Like, when something's not yours and you break up, I can't even imagine how those people would be with, like, custody of their children.
No, yeah.
You can't even get your stuff back.
Like, you can't act mature enough to just handle this like adults. Like, you messed up. Okay, now you have to deal with the consequences.
Now I'm trying to think. No, because even, like, I've been cheated on before and broke up with that person, and I still gave them, like, expensive things that they had at my place, because it's kind of just like, I don't know, I guess it's more so like in my brain, it's not mine, and I just want your shit gone, so
I don't need no reminders of you.
yeah, I don't need any reminders. I don't need, like, you know, and then karma comes back around, so it's like, yeah, do they deserve maybe getting their PS5 smashed? Absolutely. But should I keep it and do that, or should I give it back and just, you know, like, God's got my back, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Taking someone's cat is fucking beyond me.
And the thing is, he probably doesn't even care about the cat.
He does not
like,
care about the cat.
Like, you're literally just holding it over her just so you can stay in her life.
And to, like, message her a year later. And I think it was, like, on the dot. She sent a screenshot first of all. I didn't even know you could do this. Oh, wait. Okay, maybe. Okay. She didn't do anything crazy. I guess she just went from her last message sent and then, like, looked up the date on the thing. I don't know. But it literally says... Well, no. I think she can do this. I don't know. She has this, like, little calendar up, right? A screenshot of a calendar. And it says, do not text him. And it says best streak, 375 days. Current streak, 375 days. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I never knew you could do that. I like that, though. That's kind of cool.
Right? Like, you can make, like, some type of streak or something.
Yeah.
Like,
a little reminder for yourself. You're better than this.
Yeah, you're better than this. Boy, bye. Yeah. I guess on that one, I would suggest, like you said, not contacting, and kind of a mix of what the comments said. Send somebody else over there, someone he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And seduce him, take the cat, run.
Get your vlog him.
She could be like the getaway car.
Because I wouldn't suggest her doing it since the whole thing, you know, their situation.
And then they had, like, they were throwing stuff and whatever, and she was like, as you would expect. No, I actually wouldn't expect to be throwing shit in a breakup.
He sounds crazy, so stay away.
Yeah, do not do that. Yeah. Getaway driver for sure for your cat. Okay, we have time for one more. Let's see. This one is, am I overreacting? Husband reaches out after ignoring me all day after an argument this morning. Okay, and it's a bunch of screenshots of their text. Today, 9:32 p.m. Okay, so he says, I love you and I want to be with you, but you need to fix the way you're treating me and listen to me or we're not going to work. She says, I wouldn't say I'm too pleased with your behavior either. I don't want to get started on it tonight. I'm having some peaceful time. He says, all you got to say is I love you too and you want to be with me too and that you're sorry and that I'm right and you will. She says, all about you. He says, no, it's about us and I have our best interest in mind. Whether you like the way I handle it or not, it's just my job and I need you to listen to me or this isn't going to work. She says, I have listened. I've tried lots of different things, like not mentioning it because it was nagging, and we go to the next screenshot. But I just want to know, like, so far, do you think maybe, like, anything they've said might be, like,
I
a little
feel
weird?
Yeah, just in general, like the way they're speaking to each other, like, oh, like, I love you, you need to stop treating me like this. And then she's just like, no, I'm trying to have a peaceful night.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, like, okay. Because in the messages at first, it kind of seems like he's just trying to quickly, like, resolve. Like, he wants a resolution.
yeah.
But he's also not going about it in a proper way. But then she's like, you're not understanding that you're also at fault.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Let's dig in deeper. I'm tired of arguing for the sake of arguing. Just listen to me and do what I say and everything will be good. No, she says. No, that's super controlling. He says, it's not controlling. It's you submitting to the man of the house and trusting that I take care of us, which I do. So do that. She says, no, that's not what's happening though. I don't feel taken care of, besides a roof over my head and groceries and the bills. He says, because you're not submitting, you keep fighting. You say you want a traditional life, but you're trying to be independent and do it. You're trying to be independent and do it your own way. She says, emotionally, I don't feel taken care of. No, it's not because I'm not submitting. He says, yes, it is. And here you go, still arguing just because you like to. Just listen to me, seriously. Or, this talk is done and we'll go back to ignoring each other. She said, what am I listening to exactly? He goes, all you gotta do is say I love you too and you want to be with me too and that you're sorry about this morning and that I'm right about you stopping treating me like you did this morning and that you'll submit to me and listen and trust me because I will give you what you want if you just leave it up to me and stop nagging. And she says, okay, and when will we address your part in this? And he says, just be the supportive, caring, sweet, kind wife I'm asking for you in every situation, and I will meet your needs. I apologized already. And she says, yeah, I don't think it was very genuine coming from the state you were in. And he says, just listen, babe. You're not listening. You just ignored what I told you to do. I still have you an apology that's more than you. I don't know. She says, I gave you apologies like you did. Anyways, that's beyond me. I love you too. Want to be with you. I'm sorry about this morning. Are we ever going to talk about it again? Or, because I'm telling you right now, it doesn't feel resolved to me. He says, what do you want for it to feel resolved? She says, I want you to realize how you hurt me today and how that wasn't cool. He says, I realize you felt hurt by my actions. That wasn't my intentions. I'm sorry. She says, that's not a real apology. That's deflecting blame off of you. I didn't feel hurt. I was hurt. I didn't eat all day. I was suicidal at some point, shaking, had a massive migraine all day too. You made it a big thing to trust each other, then just showed up or just showed how untrusting you are. And you admitted that you only tell your side of the story at therapy, essentially, which made me think like people say when someone accuses you of something, it's because they do it. And you always accuse me of only telling one side of things. It's really scary and like not how we should be treating each other. Weaponizing the Bible, religion, and therapy sessions over each other. Like if we really want to be healthy, that's not how we should be treating each other. Also, let's not mention I saw you smirking while I was in distress crying while you were recording me. So that was really disturbing and doesn't make it seem like it wasn't your intention to hurt me by doing that. It may not have been your intention, but you seen it was hurting me when you started and I told you to stop and you kept going. That's not something that someone who's intending to not hurt you does. You deliberately kept recording when you saw it was upsetting me. He says, this isn't working. This conversation is over. You're never going to change. I think we should take a break, and I encourage you to listen to what I said if you want us to work. He continues, I want to be with you, but I don't want you to be toxic, so either you need to get help and fix yourself or we're done. And if you're not willing to do that, there's no hope, and it just proves that you really don't care. Good night. She says, no, it doesn't prove any of that at all. You're the only one that seems uncaring right now, actually. That's it.
That's crazy. The way that he, like, I feel like he needs to get with the times. Like, the whole, you need to submit to me. And he, like, in his head, I feel like he believes, like, a wife is just supposed to stay home, cook, do everything I say. Like, no, this is the 21st century. Like,
Yeah. I wonder what his religion is, what their religion is. They were talking about, well, I guess they said the Bible said religion. He weaponizes the Bible and religion. I guess it was just like, I feel like in some religions, it's very much like women do kind of like
yeah.
submit. But I don't know. It's very interesting because, I mean, as a Christian, like technically, yeah, the Bible says that a wife should submit to their husband, but it also says that a husband should submit to his wife and should like provide for his wife and do this and this and this and this and that for his wife to be able to submit to him. So it's like, she literally just told you you're not providing for her emotionally.
Yeah.
So why would she even like entertain that idea, you know? And it's like technically, like in reality, like it can sound scary because when somebody says like submit, right, it makes you feel like they're trying to like be above you and have control over you, when in reality, when you're with the right person, I feel like you can allow them to have control because they're not going to abuse that control or that power. So it's like kind of like, you know, like silly girls when you go to the store alone and you're on guard and you're like you're not necessarily scared, but at the same time you're aware of your surroundings because you're a woman, you're alone, you're a night, whatever. Versus when you go with your man, you can be oh hee ha 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 and like let them like be the leader and you can trust that. That's almost in the sense of like, I feel like what it means to like submit to your partner in the sense of like, he's got my back. I know I'm covered, you know, whatever. And I can listen to his voice of reason. I can follow his lead, whatever. And you can trust in that because you know he's not fucking psychotic and crazy and isn't going to take like advantage of that.
I feel like that's a good example to like,
yeah,
because like the whole submit thing, that's just like,
yeah, like because that sounds very scary. And when you break it down, it doesn't have to be that bad. It doesn't have to be this big bad thing. But when you have a man like this, it is. I would never submit to a man like this.
No, yeah.
This is disgusting. This is a guy that does not want to hear what you have to say. Will do or say whatever to get over a argument, but at the end of the day, it's his way or the highway. There is no communicating with this person.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What did you want to add? I know I'm just like rambling right now. I'm fucking pissed.
Not saying any names or anything, but I feel like I know a person like this, and it's definitely like, oh no, like you can't have like any communication with them because if you don't agree with them, then they do like all these problems or they just stop listening to you, they don't talk to you. So it's like, okay, well, it's just one-sided then. Like if I don't agree with you, then you're just gonna like flip out.
So it's kind of just like talking to a brick wall.
But yes, basically. So what was the like question in the beginning, or like is it like am I an asshole situation, or
Let's see. That's a good question. It was, am I overreacting? Husband reaches out after ignoring me all day. So, well, no, she's not overreacting. The thing is, she wants an apology. He doesn't really want to give her a true apology. And now he's basically, at the end of that conversation, was kind of just like, this isn't working. This conversation's over. You're never, ever going to change. If you don't get help, then we're not going to work, whatever.
And I feel like it's only going to get worse. Like, I feel like she needs to, like, run now. Like, I know you're married and everything, but, like, no, leave, try to file for divorce. I don't feel like there's fixing people like that when they don't even want to try to hear you out.
There is no fixing somebody like that. They are like a narcissist and abusive mentally, maybe not physically, but it'll get there probably. No, it's insane. The top comment was, not overreacting. Your husband is an abuser. Multi hyphenate. Oh, okay. Your husband is an abusive multi hyphenate. Dude, like, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, he's financially, psychologically, emotionally, physically, sexually, and spiritually abusing you. Please leave him. Don't do couples therapy. Have you spoken to his therapist? Send him those texts after you leave and divorce him. The therapist should know should know his abusive behaviors. And then they go on to send them, here's a detailed plan to leave an abuser. And it's a link, a safety plan for you and the kids, pets, etc. There's like multiple different links to help can track abuse, a link for rated communication and co-parenting apps for if you have a kid with an abuser. Same thing for pets.
I love that. How they're like providing all these helpful links.
Super cool. Let's see. Your state's bar associate should have a directory of law, including those offering low or no cost consultations. That's super amazing. I'll definitely have to put this in the like comments for, or like the caption or whatever for my YouTube video, so other people can check it out, because it can be a scary thing that you're going through, and you can't always like a lot of the time feel trapped, especially financially.
I was about to say that, especially if you feel like you can't afford it on your own.
Especially if you have kids. I've seen it time and time again with like so many different women, and it's what I can cut it out. Who are you thinking about? Yeah. But yeah, that being said, I do want to add links on there. Don't worry, I'll cut both of our reports out. Let's see. Do you have any proof that he is actively going to therapy? I gotta be honest. My female therapist said you're abusive. Oh, I don't even think I read that anywhere. Did I? I don't know. It says, my female therapist said you're abusive. Sounds like some next level triangulation and manipulation. Alarm bells. Yeah, a bunch of people are just like,
She needs to get out.
yeah, like get out, get help.
And I get it is scary and it's like a lot of change, but
A lot of change, because you really don't even realize like how much you intertwine your life with someone else until you go to like take a step back and you're like literally getting caught on like all the different ties that you have, like banks and credit cards and your house or anything, like a lot of things you own. A lot of people have cars. That's hard to do. You can't take somebody's name off your title unless you refinance it. There's no other way to do it.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's literally what I do for a living. I like do title work and stuff. Yeah, there's literally no other way unless you pay off the car or refinance it. But either way, you have to have them sign off saying that they're willing to like take their name off.
And I feel like a lot of people, they just give up hope of trying just because of all the little steps and how hard it is and all these things you got to do. Like they feel like it'll be easier to just stay.
And it's really hard too, because it's in like, oh, did y'all buy the furniture together, or like the house decor or this or that? And it's like, what will you have? What will you not have? And a lot of people get like mixed up in all of that. And it's like, sometimes it's worth it to get a complete fresh start if you have to. Like if you had to like completely start fresh, sometimes that's refreshing too, honestly. Like why hold on? I mean, I understand why financially, like holding on to the same couch or this or that, TV, whatever. But, you know,
at the end of it, I'm the type of person that wouldn't want to look back and be like, oh, this couch like reminds me of you. Like, I would like try to save up or something. Be like, no, I need, even if it's something cheap, like
make an escape route.
Yeah, I need something fresh, brand new.
Yeah.
Nothing holding me like back onto the past.
Yeah. So this one was a little like on the deeper end, like just kind of sad, downy vibes. I want to go ahead and give us a short, sweet story just to end us off here today, because who wants to leave here feeling sad? This one is still on the boyfriend side, technically, kind of. And it is coming from r/petty revenge. 1 month ago, it says, "Turn off my internet. No more gaming for you." All right, let's jump in. My ex, 29 male. That's why I said boyfriend, kind of, because he's her ex. My ex, 29 male, has not been taking our breakup kindly since I, 31 female, ended it in December. He's tried to guilt trip me into getting back with him, not respecting my boundaries, and really living up to his comment that he no longer needs to be nice to me now that we're not living together, or now that we're not together. I've done my best to not engage with these interactions where I can be removing myself from the room or not replying to messages when they are of this nature and blocking him on social media. We shared a rental house together, so when he moved out, I started the process to change the services that were in his name over to mine. That's another thing too, like little things like that, like light bills, Wi-Fi, like
Yeah.
who's the head of the account.
All of y'all streaming devices, all that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like just things you don't think about. One of those was the internet. When he left, I called the provider, but as I was the secondary on the account, I could not make changes without his permission as it was his account. I explained the situation, that he'd moved out, so they emailed him the form he needed to fill out to change the account over to me. All he needed to do was fill it out and email it back, a 5-minute task at most. Now, did he do that? Of course not. He called them up and canceled the account instead, leaving me without internet. To his credit, he let me know after he'd already canceled it that he'd done so. So I didn't come home to a surprise. This meant I had to create a new account and restart the service. Unfortunately, the previous setup router didn't like this, leaving me without internet for a week while we resolved the issue, and it removed the deal we had for the cheaper price on the faster internet speed. Overall, it was a massive headache that could have just been avoided if he'd simply filled out the form. After all that, I hadn't planned to do anything about it. It was done and sorted. He was out of my life, and his poor behaviors no longer impacted me. But a few weeks ago, I got an opportunity I couldn't resist. I log into my computer one Saturday afternoon and open my stream account to pick a game to play. Sorry, somebody texted me. I log onto my computer one Saturday afternoon and open up my stream account to pick a game to play. I go to open a game and get a notification that another device is playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Opening a new game will close this device. For those that don't use Stream, it is typically a single user system, unless you have a family account, that only allows one device to play at a time. My ex had previously logged onto my Stream account on his laptop while we were still together to play Hogwarts Legacy, so he didn't have to buy it himself. Once he'd finished that, he made the poor decision to not make his own Stream account and kept buying games he wanted on mine. Also, it's important to note here that once you've bought a game on an account, you cannot transfer your account copies to another. I had looked into this previously to try to get him the games he'd bought, but couldn't find a solution and left it for another day. I knew I had 3 options here. 1, I could just play my game and kick him off temporarily, allowing him to log back in later and play, giving my time to see if I could find another solution for transferring the games he'd bought. 2, I could go do something and let him play. Or 3, I could change my password and kick him out permanently. So, what did I do? I picked option 3. I kicked him out permanently, mid-game, with no courtesy message first. 10 minutes later, this boy has the audacity to send me a message asking for my Stream password. I did not justify him with a response. The icing on the cake? Turns out he was out at sea for work with minimal internet. So even if he created his own Stream account and bought himself the games, he would have struggled to download them. Edit. I have since learned from a few commenters that he won't have to re-download the games if he creates his own account. Thanks for the intel. I'm still going to enjoy that he has to buy them all again. Some of these games cost $70 each.
It's, honestly, I feel like I would have done something like that.
Yeah.
Just because he was so spiteful in all the ways, like he could have filled out that form and this and that. But
yeah, I think this is something that I also would have done, because it's a short and sweet kind of like payback.
It's not like you took it too far or anything crazy.
Yeah. Because these aren't like must-haves. This isn't like something that like, it sucks because he's probably bought a lot of games on her thing, and that money could have added up. But like, does he really play all those games? Probably not. Whatever. So maybe he's out 70 whatever bucks, $100, 200.
But I mean,
like,
he didn't care when she was out on the Wi-Fi and then lost her little discount or whatever she said, the little bundle.
He didn't care about her bundle. He didn't care about her internet. So, yeah.
It's like the perfect payback. Like, they matched it perfectly for each other.
It was sweet and salty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was freaking awesome. The top comment was, ha! He ran out of stream. I think that's an internet joke because I just read it, but I kind of didn't get it. Looks like the valve to his internet was shut off. So now they're talking about like a valve, like very nice work, my friend. I feel like I wish that joke hit better, but for me personally, it didn't hit that good.
No, for real. But the way you read it, I feel like if like they get it, like that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know, but
somebody has to get it.
Somebody's got to get it, because like there was 3.9K upvotes on that, but it just wasn't that funny to me. Yeah. Okay, guys. Looks like that is it for us today. Thank you so much for coming on, tuning in. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Danae over here refuses to sing a song for us, even though, let me tell you guys something. She is the girl and the reason that you have songs, funky, goofy, silly, willy, goofy songs at the end of every episode.
You're welcome.
So what I want to know is why she feels the need to be like, oh, yes, I love the songs. Please put songs on.
Am I the asshole for not singing a song? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Seriously, I'll make it a poll. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we had some pretty interesting stories on here today. They were pretty chill, relaxed. We didn't go too crazy. Which story was your favorite?
For me personally, I think the first one we did about the whole guys and being friends, like I feel like that one was the most relatable to me. So I like that one. Also, I think it was the third one, the whole talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
That one was good too. Like those two were like
neck and neck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be crazy. Just like there's different boundaries in relationships, and everybody has different perspectives and what they want in a relationship and what they can handle, what they can't. And it, as everybody says, communication is key. So yeah. Alrighty. Well, we're going to get the heck out of here. We've had a long day, and yeah, see you later. Bye.
Bye.